What mask should I get? Okay, so I have so many different types of masks. My mom tells me I should wear the one with the filter. My dad said I should wear this one. There's the N95, the KN95, the KN90. Okay, so what is going on? I'm going crazy, and everybody out there is going crazy. The CDC, the Center of Disease Control, just said that everyone should be covered up. So I actually did my homework, and I'm gonna be sharing with you guys the scoop on the differences between all the different types of masks, what you should be doing, which one you should be wearing, what you shouldn't be doing, and what you can do if you can't get your hands on a mask. We start off with all the different types of masks. You probably heard by the CDC that the mask that you should be wearing is the N95, which is this one right here. This is the M3 N95. This was approved by the FDA. They actually sold this in Home Depot. I got my hands on these a few months ago because we were actually doing construction in our house. This is impossible to get right now just because they're sold out everywhere. It's really hard to get, like I said. So we were doing construction in our house. We were able to get our hands on this, but there's a lot of other different options. There is the KN95, which is this one right here. And as you can see, this has some writing in Chinese, and honestly, if you do get your hands on these, the only difference between the KN95 and the, let's say, KN90, which is right here, because you're probably going to see all different types of masks if you do get your hands on some masks, and the only difference between that is the amount of protection that you get. So KN90 means that it blocks 90%, and KN95 means that it blocks 95%. Okay, so that's KN90, KN95. Now we have the 3-layered masks, which are these right here. This is a surgical mask, and this also, offers some level of protection. It has a little wire on top. If you see, most of the masks will have a little wire for your nose, which is right here. So these are the KN90, KN95, the 3-layered. Then we go over to the masks with a filter, which is this one right here. We actually ordered this from Amazon about a month and a half ago. That's how long it took for us to get this. This was when the pandemic first started, and we were like, we should probably order some masks. It took a month and a half for us to get this. And I honestly, wearing this one, when I put it, it's not the most comfortable. It actually slips right out of my ear. I don't know how effective this one is, to be quite honest. And then we have this one here, which is just made out of fabric. Honestly, if you don't have anything else, you should probably just, wear it. But I don't know how effective this is. It feels super thin, very flimsy. It does cover you up completely, which I guess is better than nothing. But I personally, just from feeling it, I don't know how effective that would be. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, how do I get my hands on the masks? We actually got our hands on these masks because my husband has different businesses, and he has a lot of friends that are distributors, and we actually ended up buying some of these for ourselves and for our families, when we go to the supermarket, just to be safe, because we don't want to be going out without any protection. And if you want to get some masks, honestly, the best way, because if you do try to go to the supermarket, pharmacy, Home Depot, they are completely sold out. The best way to get your hands on some masks is just to go on social media. I've seen a lot of people posting on social media, a lot of different sellers and distributors that are actually selling masks on social media. So if you do want to get your hands on them, all you have to do is just make a post and say, I'm looking for masks. You will probably find someone that will sell you some masks. So it's not that hard. Just go on social media. Amazon and eBay, if you do try going on there, they're probably sold out. Sometimes, some people put them up and they go out that fast. But if you can get your hands on them, then, search every day. But like I said, I think social media would be the best way to try to get your hands on some masks. The scoop on masks. So I've been hearing so many people that are wearing masks, even at hospitals, which is really unfortunate, that they're reusing, re-wearing, washing their masks. Those are all big no-nos. You're not, first of all, supposed to be wearing a mask for more than 2 hours. And that's usually the guideline that they give when people are out in construction and they're collecting a lot of stuff on the mask, or if they're out in the field at a hospital. These masks are supposed to be a barrier with viruses and bacteria and everything that's out in the environment. So you're not supposed to be wearing them for more than 2 hours. Also, if you wear your mask and you take it off, it's considered cross-contamination. So once you set your mask on a table or on another surface, it is considered to be contaminated. So you're supposed to be throwing it out. Now, if you're going from your house to the supermarket, it is best to actually put your mask on before you leave your house, have it on, because there's no point in putting on the mask once you get to the supermarket if you're like online. You should be protected the whole time. A mask for that, in those instances, like if you're going to the supermarket, should be good from the moment you leave your house until you get back. Now, another thing, do not reuse your mask. I know a lot of people are taking their masks and leaving them in their car, and then, next time they go to the supermarket, they wear the same mask and they put them on. That is also a big no-no. You're not supposed to reuse your masks again. Once you use it, it is considered done, and it is considered garbage and contaminated. So you shouldn't be reusing them. Another thing, do not spray your masks with Lysol. You're not supposed to be spraying them or putting alcohol, because masks should not be wet. You're not supposed to wet your masks. You're not supposed to wash them and then dry them up, because once you do wet them, it loses its effectiveness and you're not supposed to be wearing the mask again. So do not wash them. The most important thing when wearing a mask, regardless if it's a N95, M3, KN95, a filter, no filter, none of these masks are 100% proof. So when you are wearing your mask, you should still be following social distancing guidelines. And the guidelines right now are 6 feet. Even if you have your mask on, you should be following those guidelines. If you're going outside, you're going to the supermarket, you have your mask on, make sure you are still 6 feet away from your other neighbor or whoever is next to you. Make sure to keep that guideline. Okay, so what do you do when you don't have a mask? When you can't get your hands, not even on a KN95 from China? The CDC actually said that a mask is better than no mask, and you can actually get a scarf like this one that I have right here and put it over your face. So I'm going to show you guys how you can actually make a mask out of a scarf. So all you have to do is fold it like this, fold it twice, make sure that it's big enough to cover your nose and your mouth, like this. I covered my eyes too. And then you just make a knot in the back. Another thing, people are wearing their scarves like this. They're wearing their scarves like this, just covering their mouth. That's good if you don't want to contaminate other people, but you are still breathing in through your nose and you can contaminate yourself. So that is the reason why you should not only cover your mouth, but also cover your nose, like that. Another guideline that's really important, besides wearing a mask, a lot of people that have the coronavirus have shown symptoms of getting eye infections or conjunctivitis. Another measure to consider is to actually wear sunglasses or goggles or something protective. If you have a ski mask, maybe throw that on to protect your eyes, because the virus can get in through your eyes. So that's also another guideline and something really important to consider when you're going outside. Now, drum roll please. Which one is the best mask out of all of them? Is the scarf the best one? The filter, no filter? I'm actually going to rate them by the ones that I think are the best and which one is the least effective. I think this one here is the least effective. This one's really, really thin. I think that a scarf is probably better than this because it has a few layers. This has only one layer. It's really thin. It does do a good job with covering all your nose and your mouth, but I don't think this one is as effective. Then the second one, actually this one with a filter, I don't know if you guys can get your hands on a better one. I'm not a big fan of this one because it's really uncomfortable. It actually snaps off my ears when I wear it, so it's like about to come off, so that's not very effective. The filter part is probably good, but like I said, I don't like the mask itself. These two, like I said, out of the masks aren't my favorite. And of course, if you can't get your hands on a mask, a scarf will have to do, but layer it up. From the actual masks that we have here, this is a surgical mask. If you can get your hands on these are supposed to be good. They're not as effective as, you know, like the KN95, but this is also really good. All of these masks have a wire on top. You gotta make sure that the wire is over your nose, like this. And what the wire does is that it's supposed to pinch your nose so the air doesn't get in from the top. So this, I would say, is my next one. Then I would go with the KN90, because this is clearly 90%. This is, you know, it's blocking some. It does have the wire on top, so this one is effective. Some of the KN90, KN95, some of them are FDA approved, so you just have to see. If they're coming straight from China, chances are they're not FDA approved, but if they've been here in the market and, you know, and you get your hands on them, some of them are FDA approved. Then of course is the KN95. There's different versions of it. Like you see, this one has like a little green line on top. This one doesn't. This one says KN95. So these are all different versions of the KN95 right here. They're all a little different. And the number one mask out there, if you guys can get your hands on, is the N95. This is the M3, which is from Home Depot. Like I said, we got this a few months ago, and they're actually saying that if you do go to Home Depot in the morning, they do get a shipment of 200 every day. I don't know how real that is, how sure that is, if it's worth the shot. If you really do need a mask, if you don't really need a mask, just stay home. Don't go out. Don't go to Home Depot. Don't go anywhere. Just don't go out. But this one would be considered the best mask because not only is the protective barrier the best, but it does have the strongest wire. Here, it does have foam. So not only is the wire protecting your nose, but the foam as well. So you're really getting like triple protection from the mask, from the wire, from the foam. So that would be the number one mask out there. If you guys can't get your hands on any masks, the best mask would be to wear a scarf. And if you're still really trying to get a mask, you guys just hit me up, send me a comment or send me a message. I can hook you guys up with the distributors that we know and I'll put you guys in touch. This is the scoop on the masks. Which one's the best one, which one I don't recommend. But like I said, always remember 6 feet rule, social distancing. If you don't have to leave your house, do not leave your house. But if you do have to go to the supermarket, make sure that you have a minimum 6 feet distance from another person. None of these masks are 100% proof, not even the N95. Try to stay safe. If you do have to go outside, even try to wear some sunglasses. That will keep you guys safe. And that's the scoop on the masks. I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you like and press the button below and make sure you subscribe to my page for more information.